So this is a different video than what I usually make. This was actually a request video, and it's basically about what can you do to upkeep your vocal health and what do I do personally in my life. Now there's going to be some basic stuff, and then there's also like things that I use personally that work well for me. Now I'm going to put a little disclaimer that, go ask a physician obviously before you use any of this stuff, because you could be allergic to it. I asked my physician about it and I got a thumbs up. So this is why I'm using these things. It's been helping me for 13 years professionally as a vocalist, and it works well for me. So I guess without further ado, the first thing that I want to really talk about is vocalists do not drink enough water. And during the winter months, it makes sense, when it's hot out in the summer, you want to drink more, but like right now, you don't really feel like drinking. But water is the key of keeping a really good, healthy vocal cords and making you sound really good. So basic number tip is water. The second thing would be, I recently went out like a few days ago and there was this girl and she was like in booty shorts. It's October, it's cold out. So get your ass some clothes on, like common sense. So for me, I like wearing warm sweaters, especially in the winter months. And I got this scarf recently and it's warm, it's thick, and it's just great for like these cold months. Like I have many different scarves in my closet for different outfits, and that's usually because I'm always in a scarf in the winter. I like to make sure that my chest and my throat are covered and warm, so that way I don't get sick. Another basic tip, I guess, would be your nutrition. Try to stay away from fast foods, things that are processed, more vegetables. For me personally, I don't do well with wheat, but for most other singers, they don't do well with dairy. So I think it just depends on you as a person, on what your voice can do, but I would just say stay away from all processed fast food stuff, because it's definitely gonna tell in your vocal quality if you're have a good nutritional diet or not. Another tip would be sleep. Like my vocal teacher used to say that, there's 7 days in a week and you want to make sure that one of those days you have a day of vocal rest. So, read a book, watch a movie, sleep, just take a down day for your voice, especially if you're professional and you're we're using your voice 6 days of the other week. You want to make sure that you have time for your voice to recover and just relax. And so I guess all the extra stuff that I do for my voice. So if I end up getting a cough, I ended up switching to these in college. It was that year where people were had that lingering cough and they just couldn't get rid of it. And so my mother sent me these on Amazon, and I absolutely love this. They work. They basically the cough was gone within 3 days, and I was amazed. And so now this just lives under my bed. So anytime that I end up getting a cough, because you don't want to cough a lot because it's not really good for your voice and your vocal cords. So get yourself some cough drops, basically. This one I think was $7, so not too bad, but then there's ones that maybe you can find on Walmart, any Walgreens, and it's this brand. So I would say anything that they have a honey and lemon with echinacea, then they have this one, the honey lemon, and they have a bunch, but I like to stick to honey and lemon just because I like honey and lemon so much. Another tip I guess I like to do is I like drinking teas, and so I like yogi teas, but I also like this brand, and I found this one when I was in college and I had a sore throat one day, and the sore throat was gone within a day. It was incredible. So now I pretty much take this one around everywhere if I'm not feeling really good. And I love this one. I also have the seasonal one as well, and that one, for colder months, I like drinking teas as is, you know, but for other people, like they like to put a little bit of lemon or honey in them. And speaking of lemon and honey, like I like to eat lemons just regularly. Like I can cut open and eat a lemon. Some people find that weird, but I really like lemons, and I'll put them in teas if I want. Or, you know, another thing that I might do is honey. Like if you do have honey, and it is great, like cough syrup. Like I don't really get cough syrups anymore just because I like the taste of honey. But when you are getting honey, make sure you get like a raw honey or an organic honey, because those are the best ones for you. And what I'll do, I'll end up getting lemon juice. So squeeze as many of these as possible and get as much lemon juice as I can, hot water, and then honey. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll add coconut water, just because I really like coconut water. Anything coconut works really well for me. Like I put coconut in my hair, coconut on my skin. So it just, coconut just, I guess, keeps me young and youthful. So I guess another beauty tip for you. Another thing that I've been using more, I guess, recently, since this, you know, fall, people have been getting really sick and stuff, and all my coworkers, you know, have been getting like really sick, but I haven't got sick yet. So been keeping my fingers crossed. So I think this is working, and it's this one. You can get it on Amazon too. I shop a lot on Amazon, and I don't like taking pills, so these are gummies and they taste really good. So, but you take like 2 of them, you know, in the morning, 2 at night, and they taste pretty good. And they've been keeping my immune system really well. So I guess if you just want to be a healthy person too, maybe consider those. I don't really like taking pills, but I have noticed a huge difference with this. I ended up getting it in college, and it made a difference. Like it was actually something that people said, what are you doing differently? Like my vocal teacher one day was just like, what are you doing differently? And well, I pulled out of my purse this. And my mom got me this on Amazon. It's the Throat and Voice Enhancer. And it's basically vitamins for your voice. And so it basically says it assists with the following: strengthens the voice, vocal clarity, soothes the throat, minimizes dryness, helps prevent vocal cord inflammation. And I really like these. Like, I mean, you swallow them, so I really hate swallowing pills, but I noticed a difference with it. So people had amazing reviews. Like professionals were just like raving about this, and I can see why, because I noticed maybe within 3 days that my vocal quality changed drastically, and I was actually doing really well with this. So maybe you get this in your life, because vitamins for your voice is probably helpful. And I would say that I noticed a huge difference. Like within 3 weeks, people were telling me they noticed something different about my voice too. So it just made my voice sound smooth, like almost like butter. Like it was just like, la. It was just, yes. So I still take these. I take 1 in the morning, 1 at night. And if I'm having like a really tired vocal day, then I would take 2 and 2, like probably today. Cause you know, winter, it's cold. I like to keep my voice healthy, so that way I can always sing and sound good. And people are probably gonna ask me about vocal sprays next. I have like 4 different ones that I like to use. And these 2 are probably my like regulars. Like these will be in my purse. I keep everything in my purse because literally I just want to make sure that I don't know like what's gonna happen when I get there. Like every environment you sing in is very different. So it could be like dry there, it could be you know, you could be feeling tired because of all the, like especially traveling, like jet lag or anything like that. So I keep everything in my purse because I just never know, like especially in those places where you gotta like wait for 3 to 4 hours before you can sing. You know how many things can go wrong in 3 to 4 hours? Yeah, I keep everything on me because every time I hit the stage, I want to sound great. So I have literally all these things with me because I just never know. So these 2 actually live in my purse. Like I prefer this one, but this one's just as good too. This one you can get on Amazon, and this one I think you can get at the health food store. And one of the others living in my purse, and I really like both of them. They don't taste bad or anything. It's just like, if you need that extra oomph, like I said, you know, you're feeling jet lag, you spray it in the back of your throat, you know, you're feeling like a little tired before you go on stage, you spray it. Like, I'm kind of a paranoid person, so I'll usually spray anyway before I take the stage. And yeah, usually those work really well for me. So those are my regular ones. One that I've been trying more recently, and it's, you know, when you get that tickle in the back of your throat, you spray this, and then that tickle is like instantly gone. Like, I can name so many times like where I've just felt so tired, and this does the trick. So maybe get this. I think it's on Amazon too. And then my all-time favorite one, and this one got me through senior recital, because when you're singing like 2 hours of music, you are absolutely tired. So this one I've had since middle school. It's always worked. It's straight up my lifesaver. Like, it saves me from vocally failing, from embarrassment from my peers, from like, you know, just making an utter fool of myself because I'm squeaking or whatever it is that's wrong with me. This thing comes in handy, and it's from Standard Process, so you might be able to find it, you might not be able to. I just know somebody who sells Standard Process, so I found this in my life. And it is the Herbal Throat Spray. Now, this doesn't really taste good at all, so you kind of have to suck it up, but like, instant results. It makes you just like, it just opens up your whole voice, and you just sound like an angel in heaven. Like, it's just wonderful. And I've been through it all. Like, I've literally sang tired voice, colds, and the flu. Like, literally had a performance and then threw up like backstage after. Like, this thing has got me through it. Like I said, through my for my vocal recital, during intermissions, your girl was spraying this. Like, this got me through all that stuff. Like, I don't know what I would do without it. And so it just lives in my purse forever, because if like stuff is gonna go bad, I'm spraying this because I want to sound good every time I go on stage. So I keep all this stuff around. Now, like, other tips and tricks, I guess, or things to avoid, I guess, would be I don't really drink a lot of alcohol and stuff. And if I do drink alcohol, like, I'll usually have like a glass of alcohol that big, then I'll drink like a whole thing of water that big, just because, you know, alcohol dehydrates you and can make your voice really tired. So I tend to avoid it. Another thing that I usually avoid is just smoke in general. I don't really like anything that's like smoky, so I don't like vape, I don't like weed, I don't like cigarettes, I don't do any of that stuff. And, you know, I guess that's just for me personally. Like, I guess just keep it in mind for your vocal health. And yeah, as far as like, those are all my, I guess, tips and tricks on how I end up having good vocal sound. If you really like this video, then tell me you like it. If you have products that you use, then let me know. And yeah, thank you for supporting me and stuff. And like I said, there will be a video up on Friday. And till then, I'll see you next time.